Hey guys, it's Haf. I am back again, and this is going to be part one of a two-part massive haul. I was going to do it all together, but there's literally just so much of it that it would be way long. So I'm going to do it in two parts. It's from two different buys that I did. They are all nail polish. I know, I said I wasn't buying nail polish, but you know, the universe has been conspiring against me to make me buy stuff. So, yeah. So the first part is some of the small L'Oreals. I got these from a chemist, which is obviously getting out of them or something, because they were 99 cents. And these size L'Oreals are normally about $6 or $7, depending on where you buy them from. So 99 cents was like a massive deal. And the other ones, which I will get to in a minute, were from Cheapest Chips. So the first one I got in the L'Oreals is actually just a clear. Because, you know, sometimes you need a clear polish, particularly if you're doing like water marbling and you want like negative space. You know, a clear polish works well for that, or it will get other colour put in it to make it like a sheer tint. I didn't swatch that one because it's clear. The next one is called Opera Ballerina. I actually had to look up the number to find out what it was. It's a fairly sheer pinky shade. Pretty enough on its, you know, for what it is. I mean, clearly it's supposed to be a soft pink. Then we have Dating Coral, which is a light corally kind of colour. And there it is in the swatch. I have a little bit of glare because it's quite overcast outside, but there's some sun bouncing off the concrete. So it's a little bit glary. That's a pretty nice coral, that one. These L'Oreals are actually a really good formula. I know L'Oreal is not cruelty free, however, this is nail polish, and I haven't got on the cruelty free bandwagon. Terribly sorry for those who actually are concerned. The next one is called So Chic Pink. It's coming off very orange in the viewfinder, and it's actually a very red pink. It's not the pinkest pink in the world. Yeah. Especially when you consider it next to this one, which is a different pink. But I'll get to that one in a minute. The next one is Scarlet Vamp, which looks like that, and it looks like it'll be really, really great. Only problem is it's really, really sheer. Like, that's 3 coats, and you can still see straight through it, which makes this a bit of a disappointment, because it is, otherwise it'd be like a really, really nice vampy red, but it's not really. The one that was a bit better it's like funny, L'Oreal don't do reds very well, in my opinion. They do other colours really well, but not red. This one is Hypnotic Red, which again should be a really nice dark vampy red, but again it is actually really, really sheer, which is a bit disappointing. This is more of a purpley kind of red. Then we have the other pink, which is actually a magenta, and it has the weirdest name. It is called Insolent Magenta, which I think is a really weird name for, in case you're wondering what I mean. Of course it's back to front and upside down. Insolent Magenta. It's a weird name. It has a bit of a purple shimmer to it, which really does not translate to the nail, at least not to the swatch. You see it a little bit, but it's more evident in the bottle. So again, that's a little bit disappointing because you'd like it to transfer. And the last one is called Black Swan, and guess what? It's black. It is just a black polish. glossy finish. This is probably one of the ones with a slightly better formula than the others. But yeah, just a black. So those are the little L'Oreals. In the next video there will be a buggerload of the bigger L'Oreals, but we will get to that. So of the stuff that I got, I'm going to do in the second half of this, this all came from Cheapest Chips. We have 4 Revlon and the rest are Rimmel. And not a Rimmel I've had before, so that was interesting. So we have 2 from the original Revlon scented, not their Parfumerie line, but the original one they did. This one here is called Coconut Crush. I ran out of swatchy sticks, so I'm back to swatching on my wheel, which I really don't like, but that one right there is Coconut Crush. It's quite pretty, quite like that. And the next one of these 2, or the second one of these 2, is Peach Smoothie. And these do smell, not so much anymore, but they do smell. And that one there is Peach Smoothie. So these 2 have got quite good formula. The other 2 are from the Revlon Colour Stay. Like, this is actually a newer Colour Stay. I actually have it's 2 bottles, or 1 bottle of the original, actually a 2-part kind of nail polish. So, no. This one is called Trade Winds. It's a neutral polish. That is it there. It is a bit sheer. You do need 3 coats, and if you're really fussy about your nail line, you might even find that that's not enough. But it is a nice enough neutral colour. I ended up with a lot of neutrals. And this one is called Seashell, which is that one there. They're very, very shiny. Like, next to the other Revlons, these ones have got a lot more of a glossy finish to them, but their formula is a lot sheerer. Like, you can actually see the ball in the bottom, which is usually a very good indicator of how sheer they are. So, you know, like, both of these are 3 coats and they are still relatively see-through. But if you're only after a soft wash of colour, then that's going to be fine. You're not really going to care too much about that. So now we have the Rimmel London ones. These are Lasting Finish Pros. I've never actually had these before. Some of them are really good, some of them are a bit iffy. I'll start with the one that's a bit iffy. This one is called Sunset Orange. It looks really good in the bottle, but it is very sheer. And that one is that one there. 3 coats and it's still, you know, see-through, which is a little disappointing, but it is still a really nice colour. The other one which I felt a little bit let down by is Burgundy Flirt. In the bottle it looks like a really dark burgundy red. Unfortunately, that is what it swatches like. And as you can see, 3 coats and it is still see-through. So again, a little bit disappointing. Now the other red I picked up is Better. This one is called Stiletto Red. Just a bright, true red. That is it right there. Again, you do need 3 coats to build it up because it is a little bit on the sheer side, but it is better than Burgundy Flirt is. None of these are the most opaque of nail polishes, I can tell you that right now. This one is called English Rose, just a nice rosy pink colour. This is probably the most opaque of these ones. Just a nice, pretty pink. And then we have Steel Grey, which reminds me more of concrete than steel, and that is what its swatch is like. And I think really there's too much brown in it to be a true steel grey. When I think steel grey, I'm thinking more of a blue grey, not a brown grey. But if these are actually quite autumnal, these colours, which is really funny because I'm in the middle of winter, about to go into spring, not autumn, like in the top half of the planet. And then we have Hot Cocoa, which is this one right here, which, yeah, it's kind of a cocoa colour. So that is that one right there. Reminds me of milk chocolate, which I suppose makes it a good name. The second to last one is Pink Zinfandel, which looks way more interesting in the bottle than it really ended up swatching. It's okay, it's just, again, it is quite sheer at 3 coats, but it is actually quite pretty. So yeah, my favourite one of these is not the most opaque, and it is not like it still needed 3 coats and it's still see-through. It's just that it's the most interesting, and it is called Crushed Pearl, and it is just this really gorgeous pearly colour. Reminds me a lot of pearls, and that is it right there. And it seriously is just my favourite of them because it's interesting. I'd probably be really interested to see what this would do over a dark colour like a black, to see how gorgeous it ended up being, because I'm sure it probably would be. So that is part 1 of my mega haul. Stay tuned for part 2 if you like nail polish at all. Give me a thumbs up if you like nail polish videos and hauls. If you're not subscribed already and you want to be, click down below and leave me a comment. I try to respond to all comments, and I will see you guys in my next video. See ya.